Hey everyone, Rich from Rich TCG Bets here. Hope you all are having a great day. Happy Wilds Unknown pre-release week. So this Friday at local game stores, you have the ability to get Wilds Unknown. They may not be holding a pre-release event, so make sure to look at their events calendar to see if they actually are doing an event or not. But it is coming out this week, so looking forward to that in 4 more days. But while all the attention is on Wilds Unknown right now, there's some interesting stuff happening in the background, specifically with booster box cases for basically every set that has released up until this point. So I wanted to go over some of that data, and if this stuff interests you, data and Lorcana, make sure to subscribe. So taking a look at the first chapter, this one isn't going to be too alarming, but the trend that I want to point out here is that the lowest listed is above market price. So this is a $16 difference, nothing too crazy. But if you take a look down here, there's a few that are listed around the similar price of $13.41. Again, I think the first chapter is a screaming buy right now. We know that this set is not getting reprinted. Technically, it's the only set we know that's not getting a booster box reprinted, although we assume sets 2 and 4 are following in that same pattern, and sets 5 through 8 will follow suit once they are rotated out after Attack of the Vines. Anyways, again, this is a set that is doing really well, and like I said, it's a screaming buy. I think this comes out to like $330, $340 a booster box, which at one point it was $400 a box, so cases were going for $1,600 plus. So I think this is a great buy. You can see just 3 months ago it was in that $1,500 range, but a great buy nonetheless. Rise of the Floodborn, we're going to go in set order here. Set number 2, Rise of the Floodborn. Again, market price, $528. Lowest listed is going to be $584. And so that's going to be a delta of almost $60 there. So definitely a lot more than the first chapter, and definitely higher in percentage-wise. But similarly, we're just seeing these booster box cases starting to rise. And the reason for that, no one really knows. My speculation is they are the best things to open. If you think about buying a loose booster box to open, what's stopping someone like me from opening a case, pulling an enchanted in the first booster box, and then putting the other 3 up for sale? Because more often than not, none of those boxes are going to have an enchanted, especially in the earlier sets where there are no iconics. They're really going to get nothing of value from those booster boxes. And so that's why I don't trust buying loose booster boxes, just because they can be tampered with more easily, and they can already have the pull from the case, and you know that those boxes don't have them. So I think these booster boxes do have a premium for sure. Into the Inklands, this is probably the lowest case, but you can see $296 is the market price. And again, $60+ for this one we see. And crazy enough, I was taking a look at latest sales. The last sold was $415.95. Pretty crazy to see Into the Inklands being a 400+ case. I had bought one and sold one for just, I netted out, I didn't gain, I didn't lose any money for it, but like for $320, I think. Maybe it was closer to $300, but lowest listed is $360, and then it jumps up to $416 right away. And so these cases are starting to balloon, and if Into the Inklands is doing it, you bet your butt Ursula's Return is doing it as well. Market price $301, lowest listed $372. That's $71. I don't know what else to say other than, if you don't have booster box cases and they're items that you're wanting to invest or at least have in your collection, you got to do it now. And I would recommend doing it on like TCG Player or locally, just because I think you can get better discounts than this. But we got Shimmering Skies. This is a set that's going to be rotated out in just a couple more months. Set 5, market price is $384. If you include shipping, this is $100 higher than market price. And we only have 5 cases left for Shimmering Skies. So this one, obviously, it has the Mufasa card that everyone really likes. One of the best, in my opinion, arts in all of Lorcana. You're not going to be able to buy them for this price anymore. And I think a lot of people are starting to speculate that when rotation happens, that means sets aren't going to come out. And so if cases are king in premiums, they're trying to buy up before it's too late. Azurite Sea, a set that no one liked. Everyone hated the Enchanteds. Lowest or market price is 352. Lowest listed is 408. So with the exception of like Into the Inklands, I think all of these are 400 plus boxes, which again, a year and a half ago, they were like barely $300 cases. Arcasius Island, market price 372, lowest listed about $340. So that's like another $70 delta right there. Again, this has some really cool, honestly, this is a set that got me into the game. And this is, I would say actually Raid of Jafar is where the enchanted arts just took a whole new level. The arts were great here because you were comparing them to Azurite Sea, which a lot of people didn't like. The bell was my very first enchanted from the set, so I favor that card in itself in the set, but it's really good. Raid of Jafar, 439 lowest listed, market price 463, $80 about. Not too many listed. Actually, we do have a lot. We just have not too many sellers, and so we've got 12, 15, 17 boxes. But even then, at the end of the case, for a game that is dead, that all the stores have product for, that no one is buying, there's not a lot online to buy from. This one's just ridiculous. Fabled, market price $13.57. If you take a look at recent sales, today is the 4th, and so a couple of days ago, someone bought for $1,800. That is the highest sale so far, I believe. Yep. But we're consistently getting $1,500 plus in the last month. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cases for $1,500. Lowest listed is about 2,000 right now, and not too many cases. Again, 4 cases, which is honestly for me tempting to sell mine. Like it'd be like, whoa, I bought mine for 400. If I can sell for 2,000 and net 1,600 after fees and shipping, net like 1,400, let's say. That sounds pretty dang tempting, but I will be holding on to mine. Whispers in the Well. This is the set after Fabled. Didn't really live up to the hype, but it's still relatively new. Not too, there are, you can see a lot more listed. So this shop has 12, 8, 10. But again, market price is 388. Lowest listed is a lot higher than that at $36 more per case. And just a reminder, the cases usually are a better deal to buy than individual booster boxes. So if, in my opinion, these are going to be valued more, like you might as well put your money towards these cases than the individual booster boxes. And Winterspell, the iconics in the set are absolutely popping off. They look really good. This one, funny enough, is the only one we're going to see where the market price is higher than the lowest listed. We do have quite a bit underneath that price of $500. We've got 2, 4, 5, 18, but who knows how much longer they're going to be here. This is the newest set because technically Wilds Unknown isn't released yet. So it makes sense that it is maybe below or like dipping, not doing as well. But it's very rare for Lorcana to have booster boxes that remain over $100 per booster box. And it's amazing to see that they're getting closer to that. MSRP is $144. So if we just do quick math and call it $140, $560 is going to be the price for an MSRP case. So we still see quite a bit not at that price, but Lorcana at MSRP or higher was something people thought would never happen or not happen for a couple years. And then we have Wilds Unknown. This is the most recent set. I called this out maybe a week or two ago in one of my videos that I would see that this case price drop quite a bit because as we get closer to release, more and more stores will be able to, and just like individual people will be able to sell. And you can see 555 was like the low, and then they dropped it by a cent. Then they dropped to 544. They dropped it by a cent, 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents. People are already starting to try to get to the top of the listings by having the lowest product. And so we're going to see this closer to 500, maybe a little bit below 500 at the time of release. I got my booster box cases for, what was it? $440 for 2 cases, and then $460. Nope, that's not right. Yeah, $460 for a 3rd case. So I'm definitely well below what market and asking is, and I'm looking forward to being able to rip one. So either way, just wanted to call out that these cases are starting to go up. If that's something that you're interested in, wanting to invest or be able to display cases, do it now. Lorcana is on the rise. I'm not trying to get anyone to FOMO into it. I'm not carrying big bags or anything for sure. So I'm not helping myself by telling you this. I'm just wanting to spread the word, inform you guys, and kind of just show you the data of what exactly is happening right now with booster boxes. So there's a lot of hype in Lorcana. I'm all for it. I'm going to my LGS tonight to play again. I know it's in a Pokemon deck box, but I've got my deck right here ready to go. Judy Hopps deck, starter deck from Whispers in the Well. Where is she? Come on, Judy. There we go. Judy Hopps. So I'm all for it. I'm really excited with how well Lorcana is doing, and I'm looking forward to the future. Hopefully you guys are too, and I will see you all in the next video.